Identifying lies and propaganda in modern media can be challenging but is essential for critical thinking and informed decision-making. Here are 50 ways to help you spot lies and propaganda. General principles. Check multiple sources. Compare information from different sources to identify inconsistencies. Verify facts. Fact-check claims using reputable fact-checking organizations. Question your biases. Be aware of your own biases and how they may affect your perception. Look for evidence. Demand evidence and data to support claims. Watch for emotional manipulation. Propaganda often appeals to emotions rather than reason. Language and rhetoric. Loaded language. Be cautious of emotionally charged language or sensationalism. Generalizations. Be skeptical of sweeping statements without specific evidence. Misleading headlines. Read beyond headlines, as they can be misleading. Weasel words. Look out for vague words that lack concrete meaning. Jargon and buzzwords. Propaganda may use buzzwords to manipulate opinions. Source evaluation. Check the author's credibility. Research the author's qualifications and background. Examine the publisher. Investigate the publisher's reputation and bias. Anonymous sources. Be cautious with information from anonymous sources. Conflicts of interest. Identify any potential conflicts of interest. Cross-check information. Verify information with reliable sources. Visual and multimedia manipulation. Photo and video analysis. Scrutinize images and videos for manipulation. Context matters. Ensure you have the full context of visual content. Satire and parody. Recognize satire as not necessarily factual. Deepfake awareness. Be aware of deepfake technology. Logical fallacies. Ad hominem attacks. Be cautious of arguments attacking individuals rather than addressing the issue. Strawman fallacies. Look for arguments that misrepresent the opposing view. Circular reasoning. Be alert to arguments that use their conclusion as evidence. False dilemmas. Recognize when only two options are presented when there are more. Statistics and data. Check data sources. Verify the sources of statistics and data. Cherry-picked data. Beware of data selectively chosen to support a claim. Correlation versus causation. Understand the difference between correlation and causation. Data presentation. Scrutinize how data is presented, e.g., scales, axes. Propaganda techniques. Bandwagon effect. Be aware of appeals to join the majority. Fear and fearmongering. Recognize when fear is used to manipulate. Testimonials. Be skeptical of personal anecdotes as evidence. Loaded questions. Question the framing of questions in interviews. Confirmation bias. Seek contrary information. Actively look for opposing viewpoints. Fact-check social media. Verify information before sharing on social media. Historical context. 1. Historical analogies. Be cautious of comparisons to historical events. Psychological manipulation. Cult of personality. Be cautious of charismatic leaders. Groupthink. Recognize when a group's desire for conformity stifles dissent. Social media awareness. Echo chambers. Avoid getting trapped in online echo chambers. Bot activity. Be aware of automated accounts spreading information. Media literacy. 1. Teach media literacy. Educate yourself and others on media literacy. Ethics and journalism standards. Accountability. Expect journalists to adhere to ethical standards. Retractions and corrections. Respect news outlets that admit mistakes and correct them. Check for red flags. Anonymous sources. Be cautious with information from anonymous sources. Excessive capitalization. Too many capital letters can be a sign of sensationalism. Inflammatory imagery. Look for the use of provocative images. Extreme praise or criticism. Be skeptical when a source only praises or criticizes. Ad revenue motivation. Beware of websites that prioritize ad revenue over accuracy. Repetitive claims. Repeated claims may indicate an agenda. Hyperlinks to dubious sources. Verify the credibility of linked sources. Disclaimers. Check for disclaimers regarding the content's accuracy. Personal responsibility. Ultimately, take responsibility for verifying information and thinking critically. Remember that no single method is foolproof, and critical thinking and media literacy skills are invaluable for navigating today's complex media landscape.